Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here, and today we're going to meet Belle. We're going to go to Akershus and experience the character dining in 2012, and I'm going to create this lovely layout for you using the Kellybell Designs Enchanted Princess digital collection. And so this is kind of a detailed look at the beautiful elements, pattern papers, and my photos that I have printed out prior to beginning this process. And so I cut out the princess title. I cut that out twice, once just around the words themselves, and then a second time cutting out the offset from just plain white cardstock. I cut out 2 of each of the flowers in the elements pack, and then I also placed 2 of the pattern papers onto a 13 by 19 canvas or a 12 by 12 canvas. I added the little white lace to the center, which sort of becomes the home base and establishes a vertical line for my page design. And then I also added some of the little digital stars to the background. Now the digital stars are actually yellow, and so I recolored the ones on the right hand side so that they would stand out against the yellow. And then check out Lumiere and Cogsworth and the beautiful Enchanted Rose and the book. And then of course the gorgeous Belle art, and there were 2 versions of Belle, one with her beautiful French provincial dress, and I chose to use this one with her beautiful yellow ball gown. I also printed out some of the word flair, which you can see on the left hand side. So there's so many goodies to work with here, and let's get started. The first thing I did was adhere my 2 photos, and so these are our 2 girls in 2012 meeting Belle, and just an extra special moment there. So what I wanted to do was have the 2 photos housed on top of the white lace, and then have the flowers sort of going around the photos. And so I'm just sort of temporarily placing those right now before I adhere them down, and kind of getting a more confident feel about where I want everything to go on the page. And so I know that I want the title to go in between the photos, and then I'm going to extend the florals here at that meeting point. The title becomes sort of a crossway right there, kind of in the center, but kind of off center, and then Belle will punctuate that horizontal line on the left hand side, and then we'll have the title here balancing out the right hand side. It's similar to what I did with the Tinkerbell layout a few weeks ago, and this is another version of that, and you could repeat this idea over and over again, especially with these titles. I'm just totally digging these. And so now that I feel like I have a pretty good plan for where everything needs to be placed, I'm going to go ahead and start adhering things down. Now some of the flowers I'm going to adhere using my tape runner and just have them flat against the background papers, and some of them I'm going to pop up with pop dots. And of course the photos have been adhered with foam tape just in the center so that you can tuck things underneath the photo, and that way I don't want to block the photos too much. I want you to be able to see what's going on here in these precious photos. And so, of course, I think you probably get the idea that for my hybrid layouts, I definitely like using raised dimensional embellishments with raised up with pop dots. And then as I'm adhering these roses and these flowers, I'm also layering some underneath, some on top of the photo, just one or two here and there over top of the photo, so that they all become kind of a blended presentation here. So here you can see the title where I've printed out or cut out the offset out of white cardstock for the background. I use the offset tool in the Silhouette software to do the offset, and then I print and cut the words themselves just as they are, and then pop that up with pop dots. And what I wanted to do here is layer this on top of the floral embellishments. And so you'll see what I'm going to do. There's a single layer of pop dots here between these two layers. It didn't quite go down centered, so I'm going to try to fix that a little bit here. And then for to adhere it to the page itself, I'm going to do 2 layers of pop dots for the whole title itself. But first I want to make sure that I've got Belle positioned in the right place. I wanted to have it so that the starburst, the yellow starburst, sort of comes out behind her shoulder, sort of as a little bit of an ode to the magic. And oh my god, I did cut off a part of her dress to tuck it underneath the photo. We'll just pretend that never happened. Thank goodness it's not her actual dress. And so again, you don't tell anybody that I kind of trimmed her dress there so it would fit behind there, and she sort of also serves as a home base for the title. They just go together so beautifully, don't they? I'm just really into those right now. All right, so placing the title here, this just worked out really great, I think. Using the flowers as the home base for the title, using the flowers to tie everything together. Then I'm also going to incorporate some of the beautiful word strips in the word flair pack. These are great. They're great little sayings, favorite lines from this movie. Just some of the ones we love repeating time and time again around here in our house. And so very simple for my journaling. I'm using this label here, and I'm going to just tuck that right under the flowers. Again, continuing that sort of horizontal line here that contrasts with the vertical line and gives you some of that visual interest. So supporting actors in the movie and also in the layout here. As I mentioned, I printed out Cogsworth and Lumiere and the book and the lovely Enchanted Rose. Am I including the Enchanted Rose twice on this layout? Indeed, I am. And it's so perfect. I love it so much. I'm going to tuck the Lumiere and Cogsworth here next to the bottom photo, along with a little word art that says beautiful memory, and that is tucked under that white flower at the very bottom. And then at the top, I wanted to use this pink banner but it ended up being printed out a little bit too big. So I am going to use the book because I absolutely just had to have that included on the layout. And then I think that this little red banner that says Once Upon a Time, that tucks perfectly behind the book. And then the Enchanted Rose, the larger one, it has a great spot right here on the end of the floral. I really did want to incorporate the stained glass element, but for some reason it just didn't end up fitting in this time. It sure is beautiful though. So underneath the journaling spot still looked a little bit empty, and I also had another of the blue sparkle digital art there. So I brought that, extended that down a little bit with the Once Upon a Time word art, and then I brought in the pink banner underneath there as well, and that all just worked out perfect. And okay, you guys, I realized that I needed some more of these adorable rhinestones for my collection. So I did a little bit of shopping and found these from Honeybee Stamps. And I just have to tell you that placing these on the layout made this layout pop in a way that I never ever expected, and that I just can't get over. I know it's a little bit hard to see it here in the video format, but I hope you'll go and take a look at the detail photos that I'll be posting here at the end, and also on my social media accounts, and check out how these rhinestones accentuate this layout so beautifully. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy to have you here, and I will see you back here again very soon. Bye-bye.